Good morning. All right, so my mom told me to stop videoing while driving, but if I'm not looking, who cares? But sometimes, these messages just hit you when you're driving, and so here it is for today. I hear a lot about people just hating Christians. And look, I'm going to be real honest and say, I get it. So many times on my journey, I'm like, wiping off some Christians for their actions. And you know what? The thing about being a Christian and loving God is there is no prerequisite to loving God. There's no prerequisite to loving God. That's it. And it used to get to me where I was like, that's just so nuts. Like, okay, so if you're a killer and a rapist and a child molester, like, you can just be good with God. Just like all of a sudden you can just be good with God. And the thing about it is yeah, that's because God is endlessly merciful. Endlessly merciful. If you have a genuinely sorry heart. Look, like, you can't just go and kill people or rape people and do all this horrible stuff, talk about people, gossip, put people down. You can't do all that. And even if you go to confession and the priest says, your sins are absolved, you know what? Your sins are there still because you're not sorry. So, number one, I want to say, Christians are people, and there's no prerequisite to loving God other than loving God. And people are people. God died on the cross because he knew that all of us were born with dark and light. How do I get to this place? This way. Dark and light, both. So he knew that. That's why he died on the cross for us, because we're all sinners. I don't care who you are. You're a sinner. We all have one thing in common. We're all sinners, okay? So, yeah, if you feel like an outcast, just know you're not alone. We're sinners. I hate it. I really, really hate it. Sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, I'm a sinner. I hate it. And some people sin less than others, but you know what? It's a fair playing ground. The field is distributed and we all have fair play when it comes to God. If you want to tell God, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, everything you do for my family and friends. That's amazing. Everyone has access to God. He's one prayer away for every person, the best person, the worst person. And if you have a problem with that, you need to sit with yourself. Here, let me stop for this one. If you have a problem with that, you really need to sit with yourself and just figure out, like, ask God, be like, God, why am I worried about all the wrong things right now? Why am I worried about trying to point my finger in any capacity when I can just be focusing on being a better person? So everyone needs to stop worrying about everybody else and just show up for you in every way. Look, being a Christian is you being the best version of yourself in every way. And if you don't want to be a Christian because you don't want to be better, well, that's your choice. But don't feel like all Christians are bad. Don't feel like, what's happening here? Don't feel like you need to hate God because some Christian is working on themselves and not doing the best job. That's not God. That's not God, guys. It's not guys. It's not guys. It's not God. So if you want to feel God's love, then go to him. Don't let some Christian or any kind of religious person defer you, or any kind of person. Don't let anyone defer you from God. If you have this desire on your heart where you're like, I feel like I need to go to church. Go to church. Don't think about it. Just go. And if it sucks because someone was like, just like mean mugging you or whatever, just, you're there for God, not for them. So anyway, yeah, don't be deterred. Okay. There are so many good Christians out there, and there are so many good non-Christians. I know that, but the point is about drawing more near to God. Don't let a Christian deter you because they're just a person, just like you. So whenever you go to point that finger, point it right back at you and be like, oh, am I perfect? The answer is no. So give people grace. And also, don't worry about people. Your journey to God is your journey to God. Not how someone else. If you feel like the church is too much, pray in your room. Pray in your car. And then I'm like, I feel so passionate about this. I'm trying, to pipe down here. But I just, And if you're like, oh, there's so many rules around receiving the Eucharist. Yeah, there's rules around receiving the Eucharist. Well, there's guidelines. There's no rules. There's no rules. The Ten Commandments aren't rules. They're guidelines that God would like for us to follow, because you know what? It's the same as this. People are like, oh, why does God have to be glorified and this and that? He doesn't, babe. He doesn't. He doesn't. He's God. He doesn't need that. But how nice is it whenever you do something good and someone's like, wow, thank you so much. I love you. I really appreciate what you've done for me. You like to be appreciated, right? That's the same thing. So anyway, just want to leave little messages of love. That's what this is, really. And don't let people deter you from getting closer to God. If you have a desire on your heart, follow that desire. And don't let anybody in any way, I don't care what, you're there to be with God, and He is only love. Only good, beautiful things will come to your life because of God. And suffering is a thing. Totally. Suffering is a thing. Suffering's a blessing. And whenever you don't have to go there. Just take the first step. Just say, Our Father, a Hail Mary. Just say, God, I want to be closer to you. Just say that, And don't be deterred by anybody. I love you.